Hi everybody, it's Wendy, and I am here with another video review for the Schoolhouse Review Crew. As always, here's the disclaimer that I received a free copy of this product in exchange for my honest review. I'm not required to write a positive review or compensated. All opinions I've expressed are my own. I'm disclosing this in accordance with FTC regulations. So I wanted to make sure to just take a moment and let you know that. I am reviewing a really cool product today. And I am very excited to share it with you. And the name of the product, well, it's from LitWits, and it is a LitWit kit is what it is. And let me just quickly explain. There are these two sisters, both with, and you can find it on the website. You can find their names and all their information, but they did, basically what they do in California, I believe it was Santa Cruz, they have students read books ahead of time, and then they have the people meet together and they do a workshop on that book. So take the book, All Creatures Great and Small. They have the kids read it ahead of time, you meet together, you do a workshop, and you do all this cool stuff with the book, and you pay money to go to the workshop. Well, what they have decided to do was to take their workshop materials and put them into a kit so that people that don't live in Santa Cruz can do it as well. And that's basically what we've got. Here is their website, and here are all the different books they have. I believe there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 40. I received 4 LitWit kits. I received one for Tuck Everlasting, and that's right here. I received a mini kit, which I'll talk about in a minute, for the book Wonder. I received All Creatures Great and Small, which I'm looking for on here, and I received the Birch Bark House. So 4 different kits. The 3 regular size kits are $18 each. Every kit you buy is about $18. And then you have your mini kit, which is the one I had for Wonder. And it's actually the only kit they have that's a mini kit. And the reason is that Wonder is not a classic yet. They haven't done a workshop on it, but it's a really great book. And so they provided the mini kit. The mini kit was only $9. And I tell you what, it was worth every single penny as well. So like I said, fantastic materials on here. If you go to their website, you can get a sample LitWits kit. And so you could see one for yourself. You can see exactly what it's set up like. And this is how each of them are set up. So this is for Little House in the Big Woods. And you can actually use this for free and work on as you're studying the book. My dog just walked right under the camera and almost knocked it over. Okay, so you notice here they have prop ideas. They have, and another dog is moaning. Hey guys, cut it out. Cut it out. They have, here's a Cloven Apples project. You've got just all these different activities, tons of different activities. And then you come down here to Book Bites, and here is actual food. Here is actual food that you can have with your product, with your thing you buy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stop for one quick second and put my dogs up. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm sure there's a way to edit videos, but I don't know what that is yet. And I've got this camera balanced and the dog started wrestling right underneath here and started causing a problem. I got all my kids put away. I didn't think the dogs, they were both taking a nap, would be a problem. Anyway, so you got Book Bites. So this is food you can try from it. Takeaways, which are all kinds of different connections and things. And then here's handouts. And I used these in our kit. So you got a narrative arc, setting, history, creative writing, vocabulary, and things like this. Now then you have these learning links down here, and these were fantastic. We use this on my book, and I'm not pulling up, try to get this down here a little bit better for you. I'm not pulling up the exact book I did because I don't want to show all the links to it and everything, but we did, in the book we did, you have all these different things you can look at. So for example, they've already put together all sorts of story supplements so that you don't have to get online and be like, okay, I want a map of Wisconsin. No, there's already a map of Wisconsin. Here's cougars of Wisconsin, bears of Wisconsin, foxes of Wisconsin, about Wilder's memoir from, so they've put together all the links already for the book. And then here's some more on beyond the book. So basically what the kit does is gives you everything you need. You don't have to go online and search for all the different things and then end up on Pinterest and you can't download the document, or then you're on some website and it costs $4.99 and you didn't know, and all this kind of stuff. It's all there right together. So let me go over here to my blog a second where I've been compiling some of my information. So we did Wonder. So let me start with the book Wonder, and that was a mini kit. We read the book, and I should say that these are designed mostly for about grades ages 8 to 12. Their workshops say 7+. I did this with kids from the ages of 8 to 14, and it was successful with all of them. I think I definitely could have incorporated our younger 3, who are 5, 6, and 7. I definitely could have incorporated them as well. They obviously couldn't have read the book, but they could have done some listening and some things like that. And I chose not to do that, just to keep it simple for myself. So Wonder, I actually had 7 kids with me when I did it, because we had a friend who was on fall break, and she spent fall break with us, and she was 3rd grade. So I had an 8th grader, a 7th grader, 3 5th graders, a 3rd grader, and a 2nd grader. And so after we had read the book, we'd already finished the book. And actually the young gal who was visiting had not read the book, but it still worked out great. We decided to do some of the activities. So one of the activities we did was this, they had this in the kit. This was a face template of August's face from the book. If you haven't read Wonder, you need to read it. Super good. And they actually encourage you not to watch the movie. You could watch the movie after you did all the kit, but they really encourage you not to watch the movie. So here's August's face. And each of my kids, we used magazines, and each of the 7 kids picked out words that they thought were positive and were kind and nice words to use. So here were the samples of what my kids did. This one was very interesting. This was really not exactly what the assignment was, but they chose to do it this way anyway, and they actually sort of made a face. So they did hair, and this is like tears, and these are the eyes and the nose and the neck, which I think is a beer can, but it came from a magazine, and then the word love. So this one was a little different, and they kind of took some liberties with it, but I thought it was still great. And here's another one. And another one. And this is actually a picture of 5 of the kids working on theirs in class. And as always, my girls love doing the art more than the boys do, but this one everybody seemed to enjoy, and it worked out really well. So that was Wonder. Another thing that they had in the packet, just for an example, which I thought was really great, they had like word cards. So it had words like generous, kind, happy, nice. And they had a bunch of different words that describe people. Arabelle, get down. They had a bunch of different words that describe people. And I cut them up into squares, and we went outside because it was a beautiful day, and I put them out in the grass, and I had everybody go around, and there were 7 of them, go around and pick up a word and say it to someone else. So somebody would pick it up and say, Isaac, I think you are generous, or you were generous when you... and they said nice things about everybody. And it was really nice. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out. It was another really great activity that we could use. They also encouraged me to write a little card to everybody. So I actually went through like my card stash and just pulled out random cards. So this one says, have a really sweet celebration. And I gave everybody a card with an envelope and wrote down words in there that I thought went with them. And for some of the kids, it was harder than others. Some of the kids are nicer and kinder, and some of the kids I had to do more like thinking about like what are some words that describes them. So these were the words I came up with for one of the kids, and I gave them their card, and then I told them that it was their private thing. They went and found somewhere on the farm to open it and read it, and that they could share it with their parents, but not with any of the other kids, because I didn't want them comparing words or anything like that. So that was one of the other things I did. Now, I also printed out worksheets for Wonder. Here was one of the worksheets. I'm sorry. This was for the second book I did. So let me get to that. So that was the mini kit on Wonder. We did a bunch of other stuff from it too. We did narrative arc and setting. I also, a bunch of different activities. I could go on all day. It was plenty. It was plenty for my $9. It was absolutely worth it. I would spend $9 to have everything basically done for me. I just have to use my printer and print it out. So then I did a full kit on the book Tuck Everlasting. And that's a pretty short read, so I thought it would work really good because I'm trying to fit it in this review period and get it done. So we did Tuck Everlasting. This one would be an $18 kit. And again, really great. One of the sheets was this one that you see here, which I really loved. It was how to use clues in the story to figure out where the story was set. And I thought that was really fantastic and something I would not have thought about, and really great job. And then another thing was, and I don't have the name on here so you can't tell, but they had to write a letter from Winnie to Jessie. And if you haven't read Tuck Everlasting, you need to read it. So I'm not gonna share much more because I don't want to ruin the story. If I read the letter, then you'd know how it ends. So I won't do that. But if you haven't read Tuck Everlasting, do it. We actually read it. I actually had the book available and an audio. And actually for the audio, I just went onto YouTube and I found somebody who was reading the story, and that worked out really well so that Abigail, my second grader, could kind of keep up while some of the other kids were reading a little faster. And that worked out really well. And so, anyways, this was another one of the activities I did with Tuck Everlasting, and we did a bunch of stuff, super great, with both kits. I also wanted to say that I got on Tuck Everlasting. I downloaded the movie and let the kids watch the movie, and they did not like it, which I always find great, actually, because it means that the book really came alive for them and the movie did not hold up to their expectations. I actually had watched Tuck Everlasting, the movie, first, and then read the book, and then watched the movie again, and so I liked the movie a little bit better. But a really great book. There's a few that can do it, but usually the movie just can't parallel with it. So I want to read one thing that they had on their website that I thought was really good. We love sharing all the fun we've had, but please don't let our abundance of ideas bog you down. Take what you need and change it to suit your goals. And I think that's really important. The idea isn't to have so many things that you feel bogged down. The idea is to take what will work for you, small or big, whatever it may be. So basically, it's super simple. You go to the LitWits website, which is right here, litwits.com, and then you look at your books. And so they have all kinds of titles. A Wrinkle in Time. Like I said, we have All Creatures Great and Small, which I took some time and looked at. So it says there's 46 LitWit kits. I knew it was in the 40s. And I spent some time looking at the other two books we are doing. We definitely are going to be doing them in the weeks to come. Even though the review time finished, we will definitely use them. They're fantastic. And I also thought it worked really well for the homeschooling because I could pick things that the older kids could do that the younger kids might not do. And I thought that was really good. One of the things, we're actually still working through Tuck. We haven't finished it. But one of the things that I printed out on Tuck that they had on there, which I thought was really great, is they had so Fable, basically, Fable, the Weaver of Tomorrow. And this one talks about the advantages of telling the future. And so it can tie in a different piece of literature in with what we did, which I thought was really great. And so I printed these off from Voyages and Discoveries of the Companions of Columbus, another worksheet that parallels it. Active reading. And so this is something that you can do as you're going through it. So all kinds of stuff that we're actually still working on because we did not finish the Tuck Everlasting by today, which is the day that my review is due. So as always, please go over to the Homeschool Review page and read some other reviews. And always ask me questions. Like I said, it's a very affordable product. These are two moms, sisters just doing this. They did a really good job. A lot of times with companies like this, you'll find that the website is a little bit hokey or hard to follow. And this one is just really well done. When you go in here to the kits, you can go down there. For example, if I click on this one, it'll give me some information. It'll give me some ways to use and a description. And then it actually gives me a few sample pages that I can look at. So I can look inside the kit to see what I think about it and stuff like that. So very well done. Zero complaints. An absolutely stellar product that comes with my full review. One of the things I'm doing for language arts this year is I'm not doing a formal curriculum. We're simply reading good literature and doing activities that go with it. And this is perfect to go with that. And if you're like me, and they tell you on there, use this, use it however you want. If you're like me and you got 6 kids and you're spending $18 to do a 3 or 4 week unit, it's definitely worth the money. So I think I've covered everything that I wanted to cover on my review. Please take the time to visit LitWits Kids, litwits.com, and especially the LitWit kits, and also to read the reviews from fellow reviewers. I'm also gonna link my video to a blog I did. I really wanted to show more of the images and some things, so I had written a blog as well. So I'll link you back there if you wanna get more information, but hopefully this video is all inclusive enough that you won't. Sorry for the dog delay. I will make sure to have them up next time. And that's it. Bye, guys.